Good morning. It is 8:37 and I am being serenaded on the piano. I'm sure you can hear that in the background. We are about to head out the door for school, and then I am heading to King's. I have two first year ancient history seminars today. I'm really excited about this week. We read Herodotus, we talk about tyrants, we talk about newspaper articles, we talk about how Herodotus is a bit like the Daily Mail, and how we really need to take the lessons from reading the Daily Mail and the Guardian and the Economist and all of the other things that we read, Glamour magazine, Frozen Disney Princess magazine, and think about the position of the publication, the position of the author, the agendas, the intended audience, the actual audience, all of those things. So hopefully what we talk about today, they will take forward into everything else we read this term. That is the plan. We will see how it works. I'm going to talk a bit more later about what I've been doing with the book proposal and what the whole process has been thus far. But for now, it's time for us to head to school. Good morning. I am at Somerset House, which is next to King's. And instead of doing anything this morning since I got in here, I have, I'm sure as many of you have, been reading Twitter and reading the news in just absolute horror. And I'm going to show you why. Because the headline of the Times today is "Firms must list foreign workers." Theresa May is going to, Amber Rudd talked at the Tory party conference about capping immigration, and particularly capping student immigration, and potentially requiring employers to list foreign workers that they employ. I'm an immigrant. I'm proud to be an immigrant. I try actively to use my status as a privileged immigrant, i.e. a white, well-educated, native English-speaking immigrant, to challenge people's assumptions about immigration. And I have been told on several occasions in the 6 years that I've been living in this country things like, "Oh, but people like you don't count." Let me tell you, people like me count exactly the same as a young Syrian man who is fleeing the horror of his homeland, or a Ukrainian family who decides to come to Britain because one of them gets a job and they want to raise their children here. Immigration is what this country is built on. Immigration is what our world is built on, and it's really scary. It is really, really scary for any immigrants, and even when a white, native English-speaking, well-educated immigrant is worried, then things are bad, guys. Things are really bad. This is a country that is my home. Like, I've chosen to come here. I've chosen to put my time and effort, pay my taxes. This is where I wanted to make my home. My daughter is British. My partner is British. I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm just really worried. I'm worried. And I know a lot of other immigrants and non-immigrants are also worried. I don't know. So, I said I was going to talk a little bit about what was going on with my book. And so the background is, I was originally going to send the proposal to Press A, who is a well-respected publisher of academic books, many academic books, but not a university press. A mentor, when I was speaking with them about this, suggested that I send the book to Press be a university press, for various reasons, including that, you know, it's very good to have a book at a prestigious university press. And I always felt a little bit uneasy about making this decision, but I went with my mentor's advice. I submitted the proposal and everything to Press B, who then asked if I would send the full manuscript, which I did eventually. I wanted to make some of the more, the bigger changes that I had envisioned from the thesis before I did that. So I made those changes and sent the full manuscript, which was then sent out for review. And I got 2 very constructive and mostly very positive reviews back, both, as I mentioned, suggesting that I make some larger structural changes, which when I was reading the reviewers' reports, I actually really agreed with. I'm really pleased that I went through that process, if for nothing else than to start thinking about my book as a thematic study rather than a series of case studies based on individual gods. So then the plan was to do some of this work and send it back to Press B and go on from there. But after sitting down with somebody last week and talking about, you know, where I want to situate this book and where I think it will fit best and what I think actually the significance of it is, I have decided to send the proposal to Press A after all. This is sort of not an easy decision for a precariously positioned early career academic to make. To say, well, Press B, prestigious university press, is interested in my book. They have reviewers' reports saying that the book is timely, that the study is decent, that with some structural changes, the book could be, you know, very well positioned to be a really important book in my field. And to then turn around and sort of say, well, actually, prestigious university press, I'm not sure that I want to send my book to you. I think I want to send my book to Press A on the boundary of academic and commercial publishing. So that's sort of where I'm at. So I am getting the proposal ready to send to Press A, based on my ideas about what the book should be, and also based on the reports that I got from Press B, the UP. So that's sort of what's going on. That's why things are a bit up in the air. But now that I've made this decision, I feel very at ease with it in a way that I never felt at ease with sending the book to Press B. So I feel that it's kind of right, and hopefully it is right. Hopefully that's sort of what will happen. Anyway, I've just arrived at school, so I'm just going to whiz in and pick up my daughter. Then I'm going to go home and make dinner. And then tonight I'm going to finish doing the handout for my lecture tomorrow, which I didn't realise is in such a terrible state. But it is, because lots of the fonts have been messed up. So there you go. All right, I need to figure that out. So I'll check back in with you later. Bye. So I am looking in our boxes of books which have not been unpacked for my PhD thesis, so that I can check some references and figure out the second chapter for the book proposal. So that's what I'm doing now. But everything else is done. My daughter's in bed. We've had dinner. We're all relaxed. I have had a big moan about being an immigrant. And then, so I'm going to find this thesis and then I'm pretty much going to go to bed. So I will sign off here and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.